Hi, welcome to Unmaking a Mess with Darlene Morgan. This podcast or YouTube channel is about the messes that I've been in or I myself have created over the course of my entire lifetime. And thanks to the grace of God, I am still here. And because of that, I believe that God has a purpose for me. And I believe that He has one for you too. I believe He has one for everyone. So, my channel generally is directed toward the single moms, although I feel like it can be reached to many others. And so please share and subscribe. And sorry, my ear itched. And please let me know your thoughts, your comments. I would love to hear about them. Okay, so it is Monday, March 17th, and I have a lot to talk about, but I'm going to continue to keep this around 20 minutes, if not less. What has been on my mind lately? Quite a bit. I am definitely kind of going through a funk, and it's kind of a funk where I'm in the middle of like my old self where I, wanted to be able to say whatever I wanted to. And also my self that I've been working on where I'm trying to be like super sensitive, considerate, and like let everything go no matter whatever the case may be, and just realize this is just part of life. And I don't want like any negative energy kind of consuming me anymore. And I've actually done pretty good at establishing that mentality, but I don't know what's happened lately because this past weekend, it's just kind of like hit me really strong where I am feeling a lot of lack of confidence, self-esteem, self-direction. I feel awkward at times. I feel like I'm just like not in like this really stable state of mind, which is really interesting because I was going to talk to you guys the other day because I was like feeling so good about myself, my physical self. I have gained my weight back. I know that I have talked about this before, but this time I still feel like I'm not too bothered by it. Because I guess like this physical part of me feels good about who I am and realizing that, I have this weight on me, but I'm not basing my entire, I'm not basing my entire attitude on it like I was before. Like before, I wanted to lose all of that weight because I just wanted to be like thin, and I wanted to feel good. I wanted to be thin. I wanted to, dance with my daughters and feel like I could do that with them. And they feel good that they have a mom that is thin. And also, like, I felt like if I was thin, I might attract the right man. I know, stupid. But that's where my head was. And I think when I thought about it a year ago, it's because when you do something for yourself, you do raise your self-confidence and you do feel better about yourself when you fit into clothes differently and you walk different and you talk different and you just carry yourself differently. And, I was able to do that and it was like all super fantastic and stuff. So then when November and December came around, I started to eat and I started to gain weight back, and I didn't care because I thought, if I could lose all that weight that easily last year, I thought I can do it again. The difference is I started putting on my clothes and I started thinking of myself differently. as in, okay, I have a full body. I mean, it's not like overweight. It is overweight according to standards. And the reason why I'm so attentive to it is just because of all the illnesses that run in my family. And I know how important it is to take care of myself and to eat right and, not overdo it like on drinking and stuff like that. But this time it's like I put on these jeans and they were high-waisted jeans, which I really don't like. But, they were high-waisted enough like where it made everything look different. And I just felt better. Like, I don't care. This is my body and this is what God has given me. And I'm not going to try to look a certain way just because I think I'm going to attract a certain man. A certain man is going to be attracted to me regardless of what my body looks like. And so that's kind of where I'm at with it now, which I think is a very good thing. I'm still trying to exercise and go for walks and stuff like that. In fact, I just came back from a long walk with my daughter, and which brings me up to where I am at now with things. As in, like the last week, I have not felt really good about myself. I don't know what it is. I really think that when we suffer from depression and anxiety, I think we're going to go through these hills and valleys and mountainous tops where things are just like so beautiful and wonderful. And then we're going to have like these down days where our mind just does like all these crappy things to us. And it causes us to think that we're not being heard. We don't say the right things. We're not as smart as we thought we were, like in my case, where it comes to, like working with clients, or I'm being viewed as a nuisance, or like where my daughters just like don't really care to hear what I have to say. And that's exactly where I am at now. Not only that, I kind of had an episode with one of the girls at my shop last Friday, not like as in 3 days ago, it was the Friday before, where, I've always had an issue with her, like talking inappropriately to customers. And in this case, it was to an elderly person. And of course, I'm particularly sensitive to the elderly because I feel like I'm going to be there. And there's times when I'm super forgetful, or I can't read something, or I can't hear something. I know that this can happen to anybody, but once you get to a certain age, like I was telling my daughters the other day, you get to these 50s. And it's no longer like you're thinking about things in your 20s or even 30s where you realize, man, I have so many years left in my life. Now you get to these 50s or late 50s or early 60s, and it's like, man, I only have so many years left. And you're just trying to like figure things out and embrace all you can if that's who you are and if that's me. And so like this one particular person was very nice to an elderly lady, and the elderly lady actually reminded me of my mom, and she couldn't read the tags in the bakery case, and it just kind of turned into this person just not being very nice to her. And then when the lady left, she started talking to the other employees about it, and I just kind of put a stop to it and said, you know what, you can't do that. I mean, we can't be talking about customers not just because it's rude, but because the shop is just very open and other people hear it. So it's not considerate. So 2 days later, I was alone with this person and in the shop, and I brought it to their attention. And of course, they defended themselves and said it was justified. And, they were just trying to, question it with the other employees. And they felt as if a person can get up and drive somewhere, they should be able to read things themselves. And that created a lot of shock, and I was appalled, and it just didn't turn out very well. I didn't overreact like I have before, but that started off my week. And when I tried to bring it to, another authority's attention, it was just kind of laughed at. And that's where I'm at now, where, after that, it's sitting in a meeting and you say something and people, the other people just kind of look at you like, whatever. And you're just kind of not heard. I mean, I don't think that's what goes on in their minds. I mean, I've only been there September, October, November, December, 8 months. I know that's a long time, but I know the position is still kind of new. And maybe it takes a while for people to understand your voice. Excuse me. But when you compile the situation with the employee, which I guess I'm not supposed to talk to because I've left the shop, I think I have a right to. I mean, if someone's being rude, even in a grocery store, and it's hurting someone's feelings, aren't you going to say something? Especially if it's to an elderly person. But I think between that and then I came home and I wanted my youngest daughter to talk to me about where she's at mind-wise, in her sports and college. And she ended up working with her sister on this, which of course I want that to happen. But I'm not gonna lie, I got completely out of my bubble where I just got upset at both of them for leaving me out. I just want to have these conversations with my daughters, and I don't think I can. I don't know where I went wrong or how I went wrong or what I did wrong. I don't know how to redeem myself. I know that sometimes I can have talks with them, but I mean, for the most part, I think when you compile everything together and you're feeling all these rejected feelings, it really just adds to the dimension of depression and anxiety, and it's a trigger. And so I guess my trigger is when I don't feel heard, I can just totally go into this area where I just kind of want to hang out in my room and not really talk to anybody and write and draw and watch Netflix and eat. And I think where I am really struggling, which the struggle is going to be there all the time, probably for as long as I live with my daughters, regardless of what age they are, is when you don't have a male role model in the house that can set your kids straight. It's not easy to do as the female if that isn't the type of person that you are, or you have grown up without that role model. You yourself as in me, have been like this rebellious teenager. You've gotten in trouble. You were a young adult who did drugs and you didn't listen to your parents and you made all these stupid choices. And then your mom, like, rejected you and didn't even try to be motherly until like super duper later in life. And then, like, you get into this marriage that has a lot of alcohol in it and emotional, and I'm really depressed. I'm really depressing you, aren't I? And I don't mean to. I need to talk to you guys because, like, I don't know who else to talk to. It just piles up on you. You know, I watched a show last night where this guy, this dad, like, he walks into the room where his like 14 or 15-year-old daughter is with her boyfriend, and the door's closed, and he walks in and he just puts his foot down and says, "How many times have I told you this door is not to be closed?" And he pulls the boy aside and like gives him the talk. And it wasn't even like a rude talk, it was like a really great talk. And he sends him home and he looks at his daughter and she says one word and he says three words, and that's all it took. I will never have that, because even if I brought a man into my life now, my daughters aren't going to allow him to talk to them that way. What's done is done. You know, I had them during the years when I could have molded them, or I could have been that mom that was going to like super duper put her foot down, and I didn't do it. I mean, yeah, did I set rules and standards in place? Yeah, I've done that. Are my girls like in a pretty decent place? Yeah, they really are. I just can't talk to them. I mean, I guess there's two of them I can't talk to. Like my middle daughter, I don't know what it is about her. Like, I can talk to her and she actually listens and she responds. The other two are very just set in their ways and bullheaded. And you're probably thinking, yeah, Darlene, you know, that kind of stuff is going to happen. I'm playing with my gummy bear. I don't know what I'm doing. I want to talk to my oldest daughter about, you know, her boyfriend and them staying here, and how I want to be able to talk to both of them if I feel like they're having an argument and she doesn't want me to do that. I want to talk to my youngest daughter about college and, you know, what is she thinking? What does she want to do? And she says that I don't know how to do that. And they keep diverting back to the person that I was, like where I just like went on these long talks and I didn't like let them talk. And there's some truth to that, because I did want to talk. I had stuff to say. I mean, isn't that what us parents are supposed to do? I mean, let's face it, do the kids actually talk when you're talking to them? Do they? I mean, please tell me if your kids do that, or if you're the parent who talks at them, as my daughter says. I mean, I promise you, like, when I talk to my daughters now, I'm not like super irate. I don't carry on for a long time. I cut it off like even at 10 minutes or 15, because I don't want to waste my energy that way. I don't want all that negativeness filling our air anymore. We've had way too much of that. You know, and other than last Friday when I got upset with my girls, it wasn't even like, damn it. You know, it was like, stop. Let me just say what I want to say. And you guys can go on what you're doing, but I just want to be heard. I want to be the person that you come to. And that's it. I feel like I'm asking like a lot of them. And I feel like at times, like, I've gone wrong in so many ways. And when I see them doing something that's really cool and stuff, um, I don't know. I want to take credit for it, but I don't think I'm supposed to. Um, and when I do get mad now, it's not like how I used to get mad. It's mad. And when I do get mad, they say that that's the reason why they can't talk to me. But I haven't gotten mad like that in years. And please tell me, like, when you get mad and you yell at your kids, I mean, do they tell you that, like, they look at you like you're growing a third eye? Like, you're not supposed to get mad? You're not supposed to yell? You're not supposed to be angry or feel anger or even feel hurt or sadness? Because that's kind of what I get. Like, I'm not supposed to have those feelings. And so, since I'm not, I come up here and I talk to you guys. And that's what I do. And now I'm going to take a shower and go back downstairs and just try to set aside the conversation that I had with my daughter on her walk, where I just wanted to talk to her about her boyfriend. And I didn't mean to compare her and her boyfriend's situation to my marriage. I just saw like some parts of it that reminded me of that. And I wanted to tell her, just don't let it go there, make sure that you both have a good understanding of who you are. And even though I want to talk to both of them, I want to leave it in her hands to handle it. And she didn't take it that way. She's a tough one. I'm sure you guys got those too. So anyway, that's why I'm kind of being quiet, because I don't even want my girls to know that I'm recording. Because then they'll think, oh, mom's upset, she's sad, she's depressed. I don't know if they ever think I'm depressed. They're just going to see me as upset. So on top of all this, I am on the cusp of selling the shop. And I know I've been saying that, but this time it's like super duper close, because we're working on the business agreement, and I'm just going to stop myself there. That's a whole different story, but I promise you, it really is happening. And that's all I got to say. So thanks for listening. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about the talks you have with your kids, and if they just make you feel really awkward at times. Okay? All right. Love you guys. God bless you. Remember, no matter what, ask God to come into your heart and your soul, because with Him, it's not like He's going to make all these things go away, but He does help you to get through them. And I'm leaning on